Yeah, there's a lot. But when they first came here, they were all Polynesian, and then all the Chinese and everything got blended in with it, I guess. Oh, well. Worked like slaves to take care of the men. Oh, yeah. Asian women do everything. He does nothing. And they were all horny because they had been on a boat for 6 months getting here.
Why are you holding my body?
I'm patting your back. I hate to bother you. Could you take me? You're so kind. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So how's your Greeley Club doing, okay?
Yes.
It is, and it costs you money. The money maker is agility. Well, they're not. They cost you money. Agility makes you a fortune. Well, I don't care what you want to call it. If it's going to make the club money. And you know what? It's good and healthy for us older bunch to run around and do that stuff.
Stop.
Yeah. They would. Well, you know, and really it's a good thing because if you have your dog on a leash and the loose dogs come up, they can attack you and, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's because you feed him too much. Well, I'm going to tell you a handler's trick. The green bean diet. Open a can of green beans and you put half a can of green beans into the kibble. And there's no nutritive value to green beans that they're food. Oh yeah, I had some Bostons I showed for some people, and I always used to tell them, I got to take him home and put him on the green bean diet. And I mean, sometimes we just feed them green beans. And they would lose weight. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's the green bean diet, and it's always worked for me. Yeah, and they're not hungry because their stomachs are full. Yeah. Just think, if you ate a can of green beans before you sat down at every meal, how much less you eat. It's almost time to go up. It's after 11. And it was one of those airy ones. I had the equivalent of 4 eggs and about half a pound of bacon for breakfast at the hotel. Scrambled eggs, 4 of them about, and about half a pound of bacon. See, I'm not hungry, but I filled up on protein. Now I can have, see, when I get over here and they give me sandwiches and stuff like that, then I get my carbohydrate. But I try to stay away from it in the morning. I can't come over here and eat all that jelly donut. I was just teaching her about the green bean diet.
Asparagus is what we are.
Well, asparagus diet is okay, but I like asparagus. We're talking about feeding it to the dogs so they lose weight. Yeah. Mixed in with their 1/3 cup of kibble, and they will eat it like crazy and gain no weight. And did they eat it? Damn right they did. Well, that's what I'm telling you. You do it every day. I had a Boston Terrier client who had the fattest friggin' Boston Terriers you've ever seen in your life, and in 2 weeks I could take 4 pounds off of them. And show them and finish them like that, and I'd send them home. Next time I see them, they'd be like bowling balls. Because they just assimilate all the fat in that dog food. But I'm not kidding, and I used to joke about it, and I say, well, we put our dog on green bean diet. You know about that? They'd say, no, I said, you give them a can of green beans and if they can open it, let them eat it. If they get it open, let them eat it. But I'll tell you this, you know, Anna and Marcia, Anna, Catherine, Nicholas, and Marcia, they had, I'm exaggerating, maybe not 50 beagles running around the house. And Marcia was a poodle person. And she had miniature poodle all the time, and they're all running loose in the house. And they called, and we were talking one day, and he said, you're not going to believe this. He said, we've got a dog that's opening the cow cans. It was the pedigree cow can, whatever it is. And eating the whole damn thing. And I said, well, you know how beagles are, you know, I mean, beagles are eaters. And so we talked about it at home. I said, well, you need to put the cans up higher, you know, or something where the beagles can't get to them. About a month later, they called back and they said, well, we found out who was the dog that was eating all the canned dog food. I said, really? It was the miniature poodle. Open, bit into it until it's... I said, it's one. I told him, I said, well, it's one of those doing it. Go around open everybody's mouth and see he's got bloody gums. That ought to tell you. No. I think Peggy did, and I think she withheld them. She gave them salad. Well, they're all cut down. And horrible on top of it. And I'm not kidding you, that'll help you. You know, English peas, well, peas got a lot of sugar in them. The green beans have nothing in them. I'm good. There's no fat or a lot of calories or anything. one dog we showed that wouldn't eat anything 2 nights in a row.
That's an interesting problem.
So the owner would send the dogs out on the road, and she'd bring 5 separate containers. One would be chicken, one would be ham, one of it would be some beef, one of it would be some hamburger. And every night we had to mix that with something different. Then we had another one that we did who wouldn't eat anything, get the milk, but grilled cheese sandwiches. And what the dog did was he stood on the crust and ate the center out. I mean, you know, handlers go through hell.
Okay.
How many more? Well, that's all right to have them for your pet friends, but when they go to the vet or something, they got to just fall into the, or a kennel. You know, we have people come to the kennel all the time with this whole list of stuff, and blankets, and toys, and bags of food, and, you know, and we just charge them extra. We do, because it takes, used to, we sold it for a lot of money, and about 4 years ago, and yeah, and we financed it. We get a good income every month. We get like, I don't know, 6,000 a month. To my Social Security and dog shelter. But we financed it for 30 years. And I'll be dead in 30 years because I'm 70 now. Do you know Jared Olson? He used to work for, years ago he worked for Jackie Stacy. And then he worked for Carol Anderson, the company. And then he worked for Gilbert Kahn.